Hello, everyone. It's me again. I'm Alan. And nice to meet you all again after our first episode with Chava. So, Chava is here again. She is
Hi.
going to share us about her living experience, her
Mm,
life in Melbourne.
Can't wait.
So, well, first of all, I think that Chava apartment with a white background. So you're currently living in a private apartment, right?
Yeah, I'm
With
currently
a few
living alone.
friends.
No,
Oh, you
I'm
live
currently living
alone.
alone. Yeah. So I
Oh,
went through a stage of living with my friends as housemate, but I'm currently
nice.
living alone. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Hey, so let's talk about accommodation first. So,
hmm
when you started your studies in Melbourne,
hmm
in the first 2 years, are you staying in a student dormitory?
Yeah, for the first year, I was staying in a student dormitory.
Mm-hmm.
In Australia, I don't think we have a student dormitory that is directly linked to your uni, unlike in Hong Kong, where you only be able uh, to get into the student accommodation for one specific uni. They are closely
Mm.
linked. But however, in Melbourne, I think school school doesn't really have dormitory. Instead, some some student accommodation organizations, they would have different student oriented accommodation around the city that you can
Mm.
enroll as long as you can prove that you're a student no matter which uni you're from. So as long as you are a tertiary student,
Mm.
which means you're studying either bachelor or master, you are eligible for living in those student accommodation for the whole period of your course.
Ah, so you can
So
stay there for 4 years as well.
yeah, as long as you're a student and you're
Oh.
enrolled, you are eligible to live there. Mhm.
How much is the rental fee there? As well, yeah, as a student dormitory, what is the rental fee there?
I think for student dormitory, they will have a few options for you. So you can have, sometimes you need to share your bedroom. So you might
Mm.
have a common area, which is kitchen, bathroom, and
Mm.
sometimes you have to share your bedroom, or sometimes there will be options where you have your own common area and your own bedroom, so you have your kitchen and your bathroom to yourself. So I think there will be a slight price difference because you're having the place to yourself compared to you sharing it to other
Mm.
people. But for me at the time, I was paying $290 per week. So
$29 per week.
yeah. So in Australia, most of the rents are listed as uh, price per week. However, you're still paying every month, but it's just for you as a reference. So $290 per week, which includes Wi-Fi and electricity and water.
Mm.
Everything is included. So I think it's really convenient for a student. And as a first year, and I just arrived in Melbourne, is too, there is a lot of things that I have to handle. So I'm glad that I
Mm.
picked student accommodation just so I
Mm.
can have a place to live and ready to go instead of worrying
Mm.
which internet provider I should use, which has better
Mm.
pin, stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay, so I made a simple calculation. So that would be around 6,900 Hong Kong dollars per month.
Per month, yeah,
Per
I
month.
think so.
And is this cost shared with your flatmates or all paid by yourself?
um is by myself. So the apartment is shared, but we will have our own rent to pay. So she will have to pay another
Oh,
290. Yeah.
wow. That's actually quite high, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's a high price compared to the other places.
I think in general, it's around 300 to 350 if you're looking for renting apartments
Oh.
per week. Since
Mm.
I'm in the center of the city, the price might be slightly higher. But if you're in other suburb, I think you can. lower the range to around 220 or 250,
Mm,
around there. But it's really a game of luck. You have to go there on the market and just search, and
mm.
yeah.
Okay. So in after the first 2 years, you stayed in a dorm in a student dormitory,
Mhm.
and you moved away with your friends.
Yeah.
So what makes that happen?
Because I made some friends in university, and some of them is already living in apartments, and they needed housemates at the time, because it was a 3-bedroom apartment. So we will have our own bedroom and we will have the shared area. And I just want to experience, how it's it like to live with friends, and we really clicked.
Mm,
So I moved out, and the
mm.
rents at the time was about $750 per week. So for this price, we will be splitting around,
Okay.
yeah. So for me myself, I'm paying around $208, but it's
Oh.
only for rent. So we still have to share the Wi-Fi and electricity and everything that is not included in the rent. So roughly speaking, I think I might be paying around 900 900 to 950 every month, solely just for accommodation and your basic needs. Yeah.
Well, that's actually not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how about the transportation?
Mm.
You talk about the Mikey card, the
Mm-hmm.
octopus card version in Hong
Yeah.
Kong. So it is expensive to travel everywhere with the Mikey card.
So in Melbourne, they have zone different part of the city. So in the city is the free tram zone, and there's zone 1 and zone 2. So within zone 1, there is a certain range. So no matter where you go within zone 1, it's still the same price. No matter it's just one stop from the free tram zone, it's still the same
Mm,
price. Um, so it is quite expensive. I believe normally for me to take a train ride would be around $4. So no matter where you go, it is $4.
wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, and since I mostly live around the city, and I
Mm,
try to avoid taking transportation. Actually, I just stick to the free trams and basically
mm,
walk where I can. And
right.
it's a really nice city to walk. So
Mm. It
yeah.
is common to take to ride a bicycle.
It is actually, it is very common, and a lot of people use scooter and skateboard on the road is very
Oh,
common. So
nice.
if you're a skater, feel free to just ride on the road. Yeah, you see a lot of friends there. Yeah.
All right. So, about the living culture there,
Hmm.
what is well, I know in Melbourne there are actually a lot of Asian communities, Chinatown as well. So, is there still like kind of cultural shock to you in any perspective, or is there any culture that you think is quite different from Hong Kong?
I think um, culturally, it's very diverse and mixed. But the one thing that stood out to me the most was how friendly people are. So people will be talking to you on the street while you're waiting for a tram, when it's getting really hot. So the lady next to you might just start talking to you like, today is really hot, isn't it? And you just have to chit chat with her. And I find it really cute. And if you're walking on the street, some people might just, talk to you like, hey, like, and that
Mm.
rarely happens in Hong Kong because we're just
Oh.
too busy and we mind our own business, just we have our own little bubble. So, but yeah,
Mm.
that's one of the things that is quite culturally shocked or unfamiliar for me. But after I'm used to it, I actually quite like it, and it generally makes me a friendlier person as well. Yeah.
That's good. So, during this pandemic situation,
Mhm.
is there a lifestyle that you have changed, or for example, your social network, your
Mm.
yeah, all these kind of things. Is there any lifestyle changes?
Yeah, because we had lockdowns multiple times and we were unable to dine in. So all the restaurants are not open, and a lot of places such as cinema, ice skating rink is not open. So there are not many places that you can actually hang out as a group during COVID. So one of the things we often do is just to hang out in the park because it's the open area, and when
Mm.
you're still in the social gathering
Mm.
limitation, I think it's about 4 or 5 people depending on which period you're talking about. So we would just hang out in the park. We will actually get takeaways from the restaurant. So we will
Mm.
have a mini picnic or just have a talk on the grass, and you'll
Mm.
see everyone doing that with their picnic mat, and you'll see dogs running around, and very beautiful with the landscape and grass and tree when the weather is
Mm.
nice.
About the cuisine, is
Mhm.
the cuisine that easily adaptable?
I think it's very easily adaptable,
Right.
considering the Asian community in Melbourne is a great range. So Vietnamese, Thai, or Burmese, or Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, you name it, you can probably find it. Even some that you couldn't name it, you'll be fascinated to try out, or Cambodian cuisines. And I think we have a good selection of food right here in Melbourne compared to Sydney. Um,
Oh,
so I think it's not an adaptation at all, and instead is quite an adventure. Mm,
an adventure. Use
an
this word.
adventure. Yeah. So you can
Okay,
explore all the different cuisines. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, any student activities hosted by the university, or any any regular student activities your clubs, your student associations will
Mhm.
host for the students?
Yes, if you join some of the clubs, they would normally have events. So something like a free barbecue event. So you can just go to the event and grab a sausage and grab a coffee, and you can talk to your friends around there. Or I know that some of the student association actually work actively to get discount on restaurants. So if you're one of the club members and you can show your members card, you can actually get student discount from certain restaurants like Gongcha. So if you like bubble tea, you can get a
Wow.
free upsize. So from medium, you can get a large for free.
Mm.
And for just some restaurants, if you're homesick, you want some char siu fan, you can just go restaurants and get student discount as well.
Ah, so
Mm.
well, now you're talking about the student benefit. So
Mhm,
you got when as a student, well, you got some discounts from some restaurants,
mhm,
some upgrades on the meals. So other than that,
mhm.
any other special benefits from being a student in Australia? I don't know, like added perspective, like insurance,
Mm,
medical, or
mhm. Ah,
some kind of purchase. Yeah.
yeah. So I think when you're applying for your visa, you are compulsory to sign up for an insurance program that you have to pay for, so
Mm,
that
mm,
when you're here studying, you can actually find bulk billing clinic where you can just go in there and meet your GP, and it's completely free. It's not free, you paid for the insurance, but you don't
mm,
have to pay extra for the GP appointment. And
mm,
with so you can get your medicine from the pharmacy as well. I think this is one of the things that I'm not quite used to, because when I'm in Hong Kong, when I go to clinic and I see the GP, usually the nurse will give you the medicine straight
Right.
after at the counter. However,
Yeah.
in Melbourne, it's a separate system. So you have to go see the GP. You
Yeah.
get you get your diagnosis or your bill, and you have to take that to another pharmacy, which is nowhere near the clinic, to get your medicine. So it's two separate bills that you have to claim for your insurance. But yeah, this is one of the difference I found compared to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, yeah, I think this kind of system, the separation between the consultation and the medicine, sometimes is really uh, being used in several countries as well. Well,
Yeah,
when I was studying in Finland, this happened as well.
yeah.
Yeah, so I got free consultation, medical consultation, and I
Mm.
have to go and I get this prescription to the pharmacy to take the medicine.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
prescription.
but
Yep.
usually the consultation is free as well, right? From
Mm-hmm.
in it's free.
Yep.
Oh.
There are clinics that aren't free, so you might have to go onto your insurance company website and see who is partnering with them, and then you
Oh.
can find the free or bulk billing clinic, we'll call bulk billing clinic, so you don't even have to pay afterwards. You just have to walk out.
Right,
So,
right, right. Okay, interesting. So, by the end of this chit chat, so do you have well, I ask this question all the time with my guests. So, any one word of advice you would
mhm.
suggest or recommend to the students who would like to study in Australia?
Hmm. I think one word. I think courage is very important, since you will be exposed to a lot of new events, new culture, new people. It's very important that you have courage and you're willing
Mm,
to step outside of your comfort zone. It would be a bit uncomfortable at first, since we're not so certain about what's gonna happen. But
mm,
after all these years, I'm really grateful and happy of the little steps that I'm willing to take to
mm,
adapt to the country or just the environment. And yeah, so I hope everyone that is studying abroad have the courage to face your challenges just like how you would face
mm,
challenges in Hong Kong, to be honest.
mm,
And yeah, and being a university student is a big step into adulthood. So
mm,
I think it's really important to be responsible for yourself and
mm.
just to have courage. And I
Yeah.
think you guys will be just fine.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Chava. I think courage is what is very genuinely true. Um, you have a courage to study abroad, to move yourself from a safety zone to a uncertain zone, and this
Yeah.
courage is already invaluable. And then now, once you are now in Australia, you even need more courage to adapt to a new life, and this will
Mm-hmm.
help you to enjoy a new style, a new lifestyle of
Exactly.
your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, thanks so much, Shava, and I will if for audience, if you have any questions, please write down there. Please make some comments, and we will have someone to reply you. So, let's thank you so much for Chava for
Thank you,
all the sharing,
Alan. Thank you.
and I wish you all the best with your work and your final the second well the last final second year of your study, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's it.
Still 2 more years, and you will done. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Wish you all the best then.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. See you around. Bye
Bye.
bye.